Hello, this is Trent Smith at the National Weather Service in Missoula, Montana, doing the planning briefing for March 10th. So a couple of interesting items that we'll be discussing. First is the snow showers that are going to be returning today and tonight and lasting through Thursday morning. But the biggest item that I'll be focusing on is the big change that's coming up Friday into Saturday with an Arctic air mass coming over the divide and the return of valley snow. So let's take a look at forecasted radar for the next 24 to 48 hours. So here we are, starting at about 5 p.m. This afternoon. We're already starting to see some shower activity across northwest Montana, and that's going to be lingering on throughout the night. And then in the middle of the night, there's going to be a subtle disturbance that's going to come down, enhance the shower activity across northwest Montana, maybe even bringing some light snow down to the Libby area, but really enhancing the snow in the mountains around Glacier Park. MariasPass will probably see several inches of snow. And again, there might actually be some snow down in the Silly Swan area by Wednesday morning time frame. That snow kind of just lingers, especially across Glacier National Park, down through the Mission Mountains and Suley Lake area. So this will be the area of biggest impact with this disturbance. After that moves out, we almost start transitioning into a banding situation come Wednesday afternoon, where just some showers will be long-lived, or bands can actually form. That's going to stretch from Grangeville all the way over to the Butte area in multiple places across the area. And these bands will probably last all day, and actually in overnight. This model runs actually indicating some kind of band trying to linger all night around the I-90 corridor, and maybe even shift up into the Highway 200 corridor. So it could be some impacts by Thursday morning in those areas. But the snow that actually falls during the day on Wednesday should have minimal impacts to the road just due to the time of year. So that's what we'll be looking at there. But now let's move on to the bigger story, which is going to be that Arctic for Friday into Saturday. So right here is what we have as a forecasted snow amount starting Friday going into Saturday. So this is about a 36-hour, 48-hour time window of the snow amounts for this upcoming Arctic. Again, this is just a first shot, so it is indicating quite a bit of snow in the mountain areas, especially across northwest Montana, but definitely some accumulation snow in the valleys. The valleys right along the divide from Pole Bridge, West Glacier, down to Butte might actually see a little bit more. There's the potential of that, but it's still hard to say exactly. There's still a lot of uncertainty in the models on the fine details. But the big thing is that we're looking at a return to snow down in the valleys. Then that colder air is going to come spilling in. We'll probably see quite a bit of cold air across all of the Northern Rockies, but the coldest temperatures being in Kalispell down to the Butte. We'll go from seeing record highs just a week ago, or actually this past Friday, and then come Saturday we could actually see record low maximum temperatures, where highs in Kalispell will probably only be 20 degrees come Saturday. So it's going to be a big change coming up. And then how that Arctic air comes spilling over, at the moment it looks relatively deep, so we could see quite breezy to windy conditions out of the east. There could be localized higher gusts potentially causing damage, but again, certainty on that is relatively low. But it's going to be a cold easterly wind starting Friday for northwest Montana and pushing across a good chunk of the forecast area, the Northern Rockies, by Saturday morning. So just a big change is in the works. So to kind of emphasize this, here's MariasPass. Again, we're anticipating snow starting later tonight, lingering, and there'll be a bit of decrease. But then when that Arctic comes back in on Friday, I probably will see about 4 to 6 inches of snow. But again, that big thing is going to be the temperatures are going to be dropping pretty dramatically. By Saturday morning, the temperature will probably be below zero reading, so a significant change for this time of year. And then kind of just highlight that temperature change in Kalispell. Again, when the Arctic's moving in, probably could see 1 to 2 inches of snow during that time frame, but the temperatures drop off pretty dramatically, and by Saturday morning, probably going to be down into the single digits just in Kalispell. So knowing that we are looking at some precipitation, maybe even snow Friday afternoon between Kalispell and the MariasPass, we could have slushy conditions or even wet roads. And then when that Arctic comes in, if the wind isn't able to help dry it off completely, we could be seeing some flash freeze potential in some certain areas. So just want to kind of emphasize that. And then just looking at the MacDonaldPass, again, looking at the snow ramping up on that Saturday and temperatures dropping off. And again, it's going to be a little bit later, but by Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning, we'll see temperatures. And as you can see with that Arctic, there is not much of a diurnal warming up during the day during this time frame. So it's just going to be steadily dropping throughout the period. And here's LookoutPass. Again, we're looking at temperatures dropping off, but not as dramatically as what we're going to see along the continental divide, but still a good shot of moisture during that time frame. So looking at the threat matrix, again, we have yellows for the Wednesday time frame for those snow showers, and again, I think it's going to be mainly a higher terrain, but still looking at reds, potential for some high impacts by Saturday for most of western Montana. Again, confidence is very high on a pattern change, but low to moderate confidence on the actual details of this event, but it does actually have the potential to be a high impact for western Montana, especially seeing how warm we have been, and then it's going to be such a big change for the area. So if you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at the number on the screen, or visit our website, or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. Thank you.